Sam and Cat is an American teen sitcom that premiered June 8, 2013, on Nickelodeon. It is a crossover spin-off sequel of both iCarly and Victorious. It stars Jennette McCurdy as Sam Puckett and Ariana Grande as Cat Valentine. The girls meet by chance during a bizarre adventure and become roommates, then start a babysitting business to earn extra money. The series was picked up for 20 episodes on November 29, 2012. It began production in January 2013 and premiered on June 8, 2013. The first season was doubled to 40 episodes on July 11, 2013. At the Nickelodeon upfront meeting with advertisers on March 13, 2014, Nickelodeon programming president Russell Hicks confirmed that Sam and Cat has been renewed for a second season, and producer Dan Schneider confirmed to Adweek that it was for 20 episodes. However, as of March 31, 2014, other Nickelodeon sources stated that an official decision has yet to be made if the show will be renewed. After airing 33 episodes, Nickelodeon released a promo that there were 2 more episodes left. Nickelodeon later confirmed the cancellation of the show, amid many backstage issues. The final episode will air on July 17, 2014 as a lead into the first Kids' Choice Sports Awards. Overview. Ever since Carly Shay moved to Italy, Sam Puckett has been touring the West Coast on her motorcycle and stops in Los Angeles. She witnesses Cat Valentine being thrown into the back of a garbage truck and rescues her. They become friends and Cat convinces her to become roommates after Cat's cheerful and supportive grandmother Nonna moves to a retirement home called Elderly Acres. To make money, rather than getting traditional after-school jobs, they form an after-school babysitting business that leads them into a series of comical adventures. Besides Nonna, other people involved in their lives are Dice, their next-door neighbor who is notorious for aiding people for money, and Guma, a dim-witted professional MMA fighter whom Dice manages. Cast. Main cast: Jennette McCurdy as Sam Puckett, who is aggressive, loves pranks, and also shows that she hates working. Following her best friend Carly Shay moving to Italy, Sam was touring the West Coast on her motorcycle until she saved Cat from a garbage truck. She became friends with Cat and joined her in the babysitting job they started. She secretly has a heart of gold and a soft spot for Cat, but she'll threaten violence to anyone. Sam is not afraid of anything, and is handy at fighting or bossing her way out of any situation. Sam can speak 4 different languages and enjoys eating fried chicken and other meats. Ariana Grande is Cat Valentine, who is sweet, naive, bubbly and almost always happy. She has a playful nature, often takes things very literally, and faints when she is frightened. She has a very short attention span, and has bright red hair dyed to resemble her favorite snack, a red velvet cupcake. Cat was living with her grandmother Nonna while her parents were away visiting her brother. She didn't want to live with her mean aunt and uncle. She can be very emotional and doesn't take criticism very well. Despite her ditziness, she is very intelligent and empathetic. Cat also has an intense addiction to Bibble, which was enough to get her banned from a store that sells the snack. She also thinks that Sam's last name is Puckle or Pumpkin, which is a recurring gag on the show. In the earlier parts of the show, Ariana Grande dyed her hair red when playing Cat Valentine until it was changed to her wearing a wig in later episodes. Cameron Ocasio as Dice, Sam and Cat's neighbor who lives with his mom and his weird Aunt Ferdine. He is cool, calm and collected, and he knows all the tenants and all the gossip. He makes extra money by wheeling and dealing, often selling unusual items like hair cuttings from celebrities, hats with misspelled logos, and odd gadgets. He is a talented pitchman. Dice manages a mixed martial arts fighter named Guma who is not very bright. Dice's hair is often complimented by anyone who is friends with Sam and Cat. The episode Super Psycho revealed that Dice's full name is Disenio James Corwan. Marie Cheatham as Nonna, Cat's cheerful, supportive, and independent grandmother. Fun-loving and young at heart, Nonna nonetheless prefers the company of people her own age. Although she's always around whenever Sam and Cat need her, she moved out of the apartment she shared with Cat and into Elderly Acres to be nearer to her friends, allowing Sam to move in permanently. Nonna used to babysit the kids in her building, but felt that it was becoming too stressful. As seen in pilot, she sleepwalks. In the episode Mad About You, Nonna revealed she moved to Buffalo, New York right after graduating from college and dated professional basketball player Bob McAdoo. Recurring cast, Zoran Korolch's Guma, a professional mixed martial artist who trains at Punchy's gym. He is 27 years old, but has the mental ability of someone much younger. He is very dim-witted and easily confused. Despite his childish nature, he is very good at fighting. Dice took over his management after his original manager claimed Guma was too stupid to manage. In Mama Guma, it's revealed that he was adopted by an African-American woman and that his real name is Gurmare. Although Guma's mother disapproved his current job, she later approved when Guma had beaten up 3 people that tried to rob her. Griffin Kane and Emily Skinner as Max and Chloe, a brother and sister who, alongside their baby brother Darby, were among the less rambunctious kids babysat by Nonna. Sam and Cat babysit them now. In pilot, when Sam and Cat take them to visit Nonna at Elderly Acres, they borrow a mobility scooter and drive to Inside Out Burger where they order food they can't pay for. The overweight store manager chases them on foot to get their payment, but collapses from exhaustion. Sam and Cat revive him by performing CPR their way. In New Goat, they prank call people while Sam is in the bathroom. Rather than scold them, Sam teaches them how to make better prank calls. Sophia Grace Brownlee and Rosie McClelland as Gwen and Ruby, 2 British girls whom Sam and Cat babysit in the episode The Brit Brats. At first they seem polite, but later they behave quite rudely. They are experienced con artists who built Dice out of $500 and Cat out of her beloved bicycle. In a loose parody of The Sting, Sam concocts a rigged bingo game to trick the British brats into surrendering Dice's money in Cat's bike. They also were in Revenge of the Brit Brats, where they return and drive a wedge between Sam and Cat. This plan failed when Sam and Cat caught on to their plans. Dan Schneider as the voice of Tandy, a red robot that works at the restaurant Bots as a waiter. Lisa Lillian as the voice of Bungle, a blue female robot that works at the restaurant Bots as a waitress. Nick Gore as Randy, a kid who appeared numerous times in the show and is constantly introducing himself. Randy is a recurring character because Dan Schneider found Randy's actor funny. Ronnie Clark as Herb, a local homeless man who has good things always happen to him. Ryan P. Schreim as Yakvish, a clerk at the Handy Quick who enjoys taking selfies and grooming himself. Special guest stars, Eric Lang as Mr. Sikowitz, Cat's acting teacher at Hollywood Arts, an eccentric aging hippie who doesn't wear shoes sometimes. His methods are often very strange, but at times he is very effective other than being a recurring character in the show Victorious and appearing in person in one episode of Sam and Cat. He also appears in a picture near Cat's bed. Penny Marshall and Cindy Williams as Sylvia Burke and Janice Dobbins, the original creators of the puppet show Sam and Cat, a TV show from the 1970s. On a related note, Penny Marshall and Cindy Williams are famous for playing Laverne DeFazio and Shirley Feeney respectively on Laverne and Shirley. Kel Mitchell, as PZB, a huge rap star who has rejected Cat's music video audition. He later hires Sam to be his assistant after she defends herself against PZB's follower Bunny, showing how tough she is. But the gig causes problems for Cat, who finds babysitting much more challenging without Sam around to help. Abby Wilde as Stacey Dilson, a college student previously seen in Zoe 101 who is injured during a bicycle incident and loses one of her shoes, which Cat finds, leading her to find the second shoe. Scott Baio as Officer Kelvin, a police officer who arrests Sam and Cat for stealing money from an ATM at the Handy Quick when Yakvish catches on to Cat's activity. Elizabeth Gill is as Jade West, Cat's friend from Hollywood Arts. She is mean, aggressive, violent, and often offends Cat. She befriends Sam when they discover that they have a lot in common. Nathan Kress as Freddie Benson, Sam's friend from Seattle and ex-boyfriend. He likes technological stuff, and served as technical producer of the iCarly web show on iCarly. Cat brings him to her house in order to flirt with him at the time when Sam was hanging out with Jade. Matt Bennett as Robbie Shapiro, Cat's friend and love interest. He is a nerd who carries a puppet named Rex. He kissed Cat in one of the final episodes of Victorious. When Cat hits on Freddie out of jealousy of Sam's friendship with Jade, Robbie is brought in by Jade so that Sam can hit on him. Michael Eric Reed is St. Jean Van Cleef, Cat's friend from Hollywood Arts. He is a very odd and stalkerish guy who has a huge crush on Jade West. He appears in blooper episode telling Zoran Koroch that he knows what it's like to be left out for not being a main character. Danielle Morrow as Nora Dershlit, an old enemy of Carly, Sam, and Freddie. In Super Psycho, her pet chicken Morris helps Nora escape from the prison somewhere near Seattle so that she can exact her revenge. Due to Carly being in Italy, Nora tricks Gibby into giving her Sam's current address, which leads to her capturing Dice. Reed Alexander as Neville Papperman, an old enemy of Carly, Sam, and Freddie. In Super Psycho, Neville is seen in a Peter Sinai hospital for the very sick upon contracting cowpox. Sam and Cat visit him in order to get advice on how to find Nora Dershlit. Noah Moonk as Gibby Gibson, a friend of Carly, Sam, and Freddie. After he is visited by Nora during his date with a girl at a movie theater, Gibby tips off Sam that Nora has escaped from prison. Jessica Chaffin is Coco Wexler, a character from Zoe 101 whom Sam and Cat meet at the airport. Coco was once married to Carl, then they divorced. She is devastated when Carl proposes to her mom. Josh Server is Agent Partridge, an airport agent who interrogates Dice and Guma after they are mistaken for a terrorist plot. Minor characters, River Alexander as Dial Ben, a resident of Sam and Cat's building who likes to wear capes. He pretends that his father is the landlord, but his father is just another tenant. Dial Ben is painfully embarrassed by his father's real job. Dial Ben managed to fool everyone for years, where even Nonna was convinced he was the landlord's son. Dial Ben pretends to evict Sam and Cat from their apartment after he was annoyed that Sam broke the pet rules in the building until his father arrives and reveals the truth after Dial Ben's hired accomplice runs off. Sam likes to take away his capes and redress him so that his shirt is around his waist and his pants are over his head. Ben Giro is Jeff Duchelle, the producer of Sam and Cat's favorite television show, That's a Drag. Cat pleads with him and hangs from the hood of his car for 17 miles in an unsuccessful attempt to convince him to save the show from cancellation. Tyler Michael Brown and Rashan Smith as Bob and Ethan, two kids that Sam and Cat babysit. Ethan continually asks questions about anything and everything, and Bob is very clingy, particularly to people's legs. The two are so overbearing they manage to irritate Cat of all people. Sam and Cat take the boys with them to the set of That's a Drag, where Bob becomes trapped in a stage light and Sam has to rescue him. Cat later abandons them at Elderly Acres, reasoning that old people love little children. Even Nonna can't tolerate them. Jake Brennan is Butler Torso, a three-time winner of the texting competition. He is forced by his mother Debbie, who considers Butler's victories as her own, to compete in the competition. Before the finals, Butler's mom glues Sam's hand to Cat's foot to prevent her from texting so Butler can win the meeting with the Vice President of the United States. Sam ends up texting with one hand and Butler drops his phone during the competition to get back at his mother. He later rides off on a bicycle after the competition, declaring that he is free, much to the dismay of Debbie. Susan Huckle as Debbie Torso, the domineering mother of Butler, who considers Butler's victories as her own. Before the finals of the texting competition, she glued Sam's hand to Cat's leg to prevent her from texting so Butler can win the meeting with the Vice President of the United States. Sam ends up texting with one hand and Butler drops his phone during the competition to get back at her. Jack DeSena as host of Texting Competition, the unnamed host of the texting competition that Sam and Butler compete in. Aubrey K. Miller as Ellie, a girl that Sam and Cat babysit who always has her teddy bear Pooba. Production. In August 2012, Nickelodeon announced that Dan Schneider, the creator of iCarly and Victorious, would be making a spin-off of both shows called Sam and Cat, and ordered the pilot episode. The series was then picked up for 20 episodes in November, with the premiere planned for 2013. Production began in January 2013, and on June 8, 2013, Sam and Cat premiered in the United States. Several weeks later, on July 11, Nickelodeon doubled the season 1 order of 20 episodes, to 40. Filming is scheduled to resume in early September 2013 to finish the second half of the first season. Schneider originally aimed for a March 23, 2013, premiere of Sam and Cat, following the Kids' Choice Awards. However, Nickelodeon intended for the show to make its debut in the fall. On April 18, 2013, the show's two stars Jennette McCurdy and Ariana Grande, via Twitter, announced its premiere was set for June. It was announced that the July 17, 2014, episode will be the series finale. Reception, ratings. The pilot episode debuted on Nickelodeon June 8, 2013, to an audience of 4.2 million viewers. The second episode, 1 week later, drew 2.6 million viewers. As of January 21, 2014, the most watched episode is The Killer Tuna Jump, Freddie Jade Robbie, which aired January 18, 2014, to 4.8 million viewers. The second most watched episode is the pilot, while the least watched is Secret Safe. In the United Kingdom, the series premiere delivered 340,000 viewers, the most for that week. The Halloween episode premiere on October 26, 2013 brought 210,000 viewers, staying in the same place. Critical reception. In December 2013, Common Sense Media gave the series 2 stars over 5, saying it generates laughs at the expense of any realistic content. Broadcast. The series airs on Nickelodeon worldwide. It premiered in Canada on August 12, 2013 on YTV and on September 7, 2013 on the original channel. The show previewed on September 1, 2013 and premiered on October 14, 2013 in the United Kingdom and Ireland. It previewed on September 30, 2013 and premiered on October 7, 2013 and October 11, 2013 in New Zealand and Australia, respectively. In Southeast Asia it started airing on October 19, 2013. The series premiered in South Africa on November 4, 2013. Awards and nominations, references. External links. Official website, samandcat@nick.com, Sam and Cat at the Internet Movie Database, samandcat@tv.com.